What's up, YouTube family? I'm back at you like I'm mad at you. But you already know I'm always and forever glad when you're showing up, family. This video, I want to talk about information. This is very significant, family. This is very, very significant. This almost will give you a better understanding of what would you talk when you talk about the matrix, right? And things like that. When you talk about what it's like to be in something that's so systematic, it causes everything that is attached to it or that is somehow ingratiated with the system to work for the system. This is very significant. Information. I want you to think what it means that God or the word can be God, right? In the Christianity, right? Because many of you may feel like that's wrong. Like, and I want to touch on this. I got another video up coming about Christianity because I want to put some clarity on my differences with Christianity, because I'm just going to put this out there real quick, that Christianity is not all wrong, or what the Bible, rather, the scriptures that they profess is not wrong, right? But I want to touch on that for a reason another time, family. But this video, I want you to think information. Very significant, family. Information, right? We all know the scriptures say, my people perish for the lack of knowledge, right? Now, we know that basic or mere knowledge is information. This is very significant, family. Information, it forms the inner you, right? What the scriptures also say, man don't live by bread alone, right? I'm referring to these scriptures for a reason, family. You know how we can it over here, but I need you to understand the foundational principle of where we're going with this. Information forms the inner you. Bible talk about God being like a potter with clay in his hand. Forms the inner you, family. I want you to look at everyone and everything that's going on around the world. And I know some of y'all are saying, well, no, it's spelled I am formation. It'll come to you. Don't let them trick you with slight letters and words. Understand information, right? Now, because it's still I'm formation. It's the same thing. Even if you use the M, still deals with I'm formation, right? When you know, you know. Remember I told you the Most High is in the knowing. So the little slick stuff can't get by you. Now, information forms the inner you. Last time I'm going to say that. Now, look at what all around the world, everything that you see going on all around the world. I'm talking about from just the different behavior patterns, right? Things you may be seeing online, right? People killing their spouses, right? All kind of stuff, right? People killing, just doing all kind of weird stuff, right? Even the different beliefs out here, right? When it comes to men and women, right? When it comes to, you can look at politics, you can look at gangs, you can look at different religious sectors, you can look at business sectors, you can look at anything around the world, family, in all entities, in all people. And what you're seeing, what we are witnessing, is this right here. So, in the Old Testament, right? In the New Testament, it says that the good sower came and sowed. And when he walked away, while the workers slept, the evildoer came and sowed. Okay? And it's supposed to sow tares among the wheat. Now, the key part to that scripture is while the workers slept. We always know what it's like to be awakened. Family, the sowing has to do, the good sower sowing and the evildoer coming to sow has to do with information, family. You want to know why you saying to yourself, man, you hear some people online say, They say social media has ruined relationships, or social media has ruined this, or they ruin um, uh, people's interactions and things like that. Here it is, family. What we are seeing, every one of us are doing the works of our Creator. So there's another scripture in the Bible where he talks about the father of lies, and it talks about his seeds, and it says they're just doing the works of their father. He's the father of lies, right? Many of you heard that. The good sower sowed in the truth, family, the holy truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, right? Remember, because in the beginning was the truth, was the non-partial, non-blemished truth. It's holy. That means it stands alone from everything else, right? Because only the sovereign power authority of the universe, the creator, has the whole non-blemished truth. The good sower sowed, but when he walked away while the worker slept, the evildoer came and sowed what? Again, information. Every one of us is doing the work, talking about the father of lies, when I mentioned that, is because we're all doing the work of our creator by way of information. Now check this out. The Bible said, man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. We are literally made up of what we have been consuming information-wise. When we talk about knowledge, right? My people perish for lack of knowledge, right? Divine knowledge, to know the ledge, is because we have false knowledge. We have been taught falsehood. We have been deceived, family, by way of false doctrines, right? Meaning some things that people have said in books or that has been written in the Bible or of this book, when put out there is the different meanings of what this means, and what's being taught and passed around and passed down is what it means, the information and what it means. And all of us are doing the work of our creator, and that creator has to do with what formed the inner you. This is the reason why it says in the beginning was the word was with God, and the word was God. It was with God in the beginning. You know, over here we say in the beginning was the truth, to translate that for you. And the truth was with God, and the truth was God. It was with God. So how could, as the scriptures in the Bible teaches, right, in the sense that the word is God. Remember, I'm telling y'all, what am I saying? This planting is the creators. It's like is what we call the God or gods and the devil or Satan. Yeah, what am I talking about? I'm talking about all this information that we're getting from off the internet. All this information that we're getting online is the planting. The good sower sowed. And when he walked away as the workers slept, family, those who put forth the truth, right? Slept, meaning they woke. We know what it's like to be awake or woke. You know, when people say they woke, right? A lot of y'all hated that term out there, right? Or didn't want to hear the conscious say talk about being awakened, because even the workers slept, meaning there was no one out there to put forth the truth. And so the evildoer came and he sold lies, family. And what you got to understand about this is, when I talk about polarizing and paralleling what I'm saying to the matrix, it's a system ran by information. Everyone out here, whether they're in the streets, whether they pimping, whether they're in the church, whether they're in the mosque, whether they Hindu, whether they Buddhist, whether they atheists, whether they mechanics, whether they businessmen, they are all out here doing the work of what they believe they know. Understand this system. You are by nature. Why you think most women, they expect sometimes to get the same thing out of many men? Because why? Because when what's being solicited out here to men is being solicited to men abroad, information-wise. Same thing with women. What's being solicited to women, when men expect a certain kind of behavioral pattern from women, is because what's being solicited to women is being solicited to them abroad, right? Why do you think um, we tend to have the same kind of like traits, or not traits, but some similar common denominators, right? You get similar traits out of people, right? You get similar traits out of Christians, for example. Why do you think when people speak about Christianity, or Christians speak on things, they're all going to kind of say the same or similar things? Because they're getting the same and being taught the same information. Do you get what I'm saying? It's one big matrix in that way, because it's ran vicariously by way of the information. That what is forming the inner of us, and that what forms the inner of us, like the potter and the clay, becomes your creator. Yes, it becomes your creator, or it is your creator. It is that what created you. See, all of us, we searching to see where we came from. We want to know what our true origin is, right? What are we really supposed to be doing? Where did we really come from? Are we really from Africa, or is we Indians? Either case, the truth would be our true source to know that, right? That would be, either case, we know that we were created, right, organically from that what is true, right? Because whatever the truth is will be your truth, right? Or the truth. But something, that's what we were originally created. But then the evildoer came and sold while the workers slept, and sold lies and deception. So now we have all been formed, right, into something else. In our inner being, we have been, something else was formed. Something else was planted. There were other seeds planted. Those seeds, family, is information, right? And those seeds were planted, and they formed the inner us, family. You understand me? And when they formed the inner us, we became whatever those seeds were. So we were planted in deception. This is the reason why you can take a child, a wealthy family, a business-orientated family. They can raise a child up and teach them about the family business. They can teach them about all these things. They can groom. They can groom that child greatly in these different, and be knowledgeable in these different aspects, and these different, and be well-rounded in these different ways surrounding the family business and so forth. And that child will grow up and he'll run that business. He'll own it. He'll inherit it, or he'll create an extended branch of that same nature of business. Why? Because he's groomed with that information. He's gonna grow up and do what created him. He's gonna do that work. So everyone around you, I'm trying to tell you, this is what I'm trying to say. Everyone around the world, they're doing the work of the information that created them. Yes. They're doing the work of the information that created them. So if you're in the streets and you believe this all it is, this all I know. How many of us heard that, right? In the streets, this all I know. Remember the key word, this all I know. Remember? It's all about what you believe you know. Because lack of knowledge, the key word is know. They believe that it's all about survival, being out there, you know what I'm saying, from what they know, if I don't have this on me, if I don't have that thing on me, if I'm not prepared, if I ain't moving like this, if I ain't, you know what I'm saying, behave in a certain kind of way, then this gonna happen or that's gonna happen. They believe that what they know is to be their life or their existing truth, and that's what they're gonna vicariously do the work of that information, family. You see what I'm saying? So this is the reason why many of us didn't know any better until we moved around, right? Till we got out the neighborhood, till we wouldn't, on a vacation, wouldn't visit somebody away from the neighborhood and so forth. What I'm saying to you is everyone is doing the work of their creator, and that creator is the information that they have been consuming for years and years on this earth. Whether it's their relatives, whether it's their mama and daddy, whether it's their cousins, whether it was their peers, whether they got it offline. Because not all information came from offline. This thing been at work before the internet was reintroduced. See what I'm saying? So information was still passed down by way of people, right? And wherever they get their information from. Well, I'm trying to tell y'all this, family. When you talk about the matrix, when you look at what's going on around you, it is a world full of people. Listen, when I say, this is what I'm saying. Like, you ever see a Christian get mad at you and they feel a certain kind of way about your beliefs, or they feel like, you a demon or something like that, or, they might look at you as funny and think you're doing the devil's work because you not, what I'm saying, speaking how they speak. Think about what I'm saying. That happens all over the place. I'm saying all over the world when it comes to Christians. Why? Because they're going to, by default, they're going to do the work of that what they're feeding off of. This is the reason why they get angry or get a little displeased with you or feel a little uncomfortable around you and all of that. Same thing with everyone outside of Christianity. It ain't about Christianity. I'm saying everything and everyone outside of Christianity. If they believe a certain way, they're going to, by nature at that point, automatically do the work of that what created them. So that's why some of you women getting the same thing out of certain men and vice versa. Because they're going to do that work. Like, it has to do, listen, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. That planting in the beginning, when it say the good sower sowed, when he walked away, the evildoer came and sowed. Is it beyond scope to realize that this is insinuating or considering that God and the devil has to do with information? That explains, damn, these bugs out here they don't want me to. That explains why it's saying that in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God and the Word was God. Information was God. It's just what it's telling you. The Word. Now we know that to be the truth. Same difference. It ain't a lie. I'm just translating what it really, really means. Because God's word is the truth. He's not a man that he should lie. Right? We talking about the Most High. The Most High. So you got to understand when you talk about many gods, there's only one true sovereign God. Meaning that he didn't say that he said there was no other beside me, because truth stands alone. Right? In this world, truth stands alone. There's only one creator of us all. And if you want to get back to your origin, your organic self, what you're really capable of, all your spiritual aptitudes and abilities, mental and all that, you're talking about going back to the truth. That is everyone's God. So this is what I'm telling you. I'm going to make a video about Christianity being on point with the scriptures that they profess. Although many of them may not even understand what it really means, but that monotheism, because see, you gotta understand, you can be say there's God of a God of just says a God of agriculture or something. I don't know, like, how they got the God of fertility, the God of this, the God of that. These gods with the small g is not the God of everything. Truth hovers over everything, right? Because everyone has to have truth in some form or fashion. You have to be tied to truth, right? You really here, you really exist, you really breathing, you have to be tied to truth, right? Any entities in any other galaxies or dimension, they have to know they have to be connected somehow to that what is true, if they really are, right? If they really exist, if they really have life. But you can be the God of, I'm trying to think of different examples. If y'all heard of these many gods. So you can, Jesus said, I came so that you may know the one and true God. So he's the God of truth. The God of truth is the God of all. Do you get the difference? So somebody that's just the God of the skies or something, for example. That ain't the same thing. You just the God of the skies. That don't have to necessarily do with everything and everybody. Truth has to do with everything and everyone. But the God of, just say, the sea, the fishes in the sea. You know what I'm saying? That does not have to do with everything and everyone. It's the God of the fish in the sea, or the sea. But truth has to do with everything and everyone, including the sea. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you see the difference between small G's and the big one? What I'm telling you is information is what's being planted. And that information has to do with your creator. What that information is. It has to do with what created you or what is molding you like the powder and the clay. It has to do with what is shaping you, what is forming you, information or I'm formation, however you want to take it, right? That is your God. I'm trying to tell you. And so what you're seeing is, I'm saying when you're looking at it in a matrix kind of way, around the world, people are acting out and they're acting upon that would form them. So that's how you can see people doing crazy stuff and you be like, how can someone kill their baby? Or it's different kind of stuff. You know, sometimes you can contribute drugs, right? Because they definitely messing with them that smoke out there. But overall, it's what people believe, because even drugs only enhance what you think you know. See what I'm saying? It only enhances what you think you believe. It only enhances that information that you hold on to. You see what I'm saying? Everyone out here, from all around the world, different things that you're seeing. Even, like I say, it could be a businessman. They out there, he just buying up all the real estate. He got skyscrapers. He got yachts that he rent out for parties, all kind of stuff. But this all deals, he's doing the work of that information of what he knows or believe he knows, period. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is the reason why sometimes you talk about cognitive dissonance and you can't get past certain people's thoughts. You can't get through to some people. And sometimes you can, but sometimes you might be a little challenged trying to get through to some people and all of that. It's because they are now created to do the work of that information that molded them or that is molding them. This is the reason why you'll keep getting the same thing from some people depending on what they believe and what they know. And I'm telling y'all to take this like literally when we talk about who is God and who is the devil. Because when you look at what the internet did, is it planted a lot of information. By the way, information was already being passed around and passed down before the internet was reintroduced. But what it did is it came and was able to do it on a global scale, abroad, right? Millions and millions of people at one time. And so you're getting the same. This is the reason why they like, look at everything that became like a new thing, or not a new thing, but a trend. All simultaneously at the same time. Like all men doing this now. All these men, they don't want wives no more. All these women, they doing this now. All, whatever you can think of, it becomes a global trend because why? Seeds being planted, the good sower sowed when he walked away while the workers were asleep. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't have the truth, you don't know the truth because the workers are asleep. They not even woke. See what I'm saying? They sleep too, right? They've been put to sleep. If you don't have the truth, then it's easier for the evildoer to come and plant seeds of lies, deception, partial truth, partial reality, right? That's why I tell you about reality and alities, because it can become by way of partiality. So what I'm trying to say is this, family. It's very significant that in the Bible, it's teaching you that the word is God. Think about it. It's pretty much telling you information is God. Now you see why Christians hold on to that Bible the way they do, and they almost consider that Bible to be like God himself, and they almost feel like, if it ain't in the Bible, I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because information is and has everything to do with your creator or the creators of us all. Whether it be the Most High God or one imitating God or acting as a God of some extent or another with a small g. Yeah, because it deals with information. So technically anyone doing YouTube and all that, you're playing God. You on there talking about this is the truth, this is what it is, and you plant seeds and you got followers and you got hundreds of thousands of people and all that. I ain't nothing said it's good or bad. If it's good, it's good, right? There's a lot of good stuff out there. God, these bugs, well, they trying to, I can't let them get me though. I can't let them get me because they'll chew you up. I'll be at the crib having to rub alcohol. But listen to what I'm saying, family. It's very significant. I'm gonna close this video. I just wanted to share this real quick. I want you to be able to see around you and look at that people are acting from a place of information. Like just like a racist kid who been raised, his uncles, his grandfathers was racist or something. You know what I'm saying? And he acting racist towards you, you know, because he probably been passed down some thought process, some information. Now he's doing that same work. You see what I'm saying? This is a system that runs by itself, family. Do you understand what I'm saying? This system, they don't got to come put no gun to your head. Not for real. They can make somebody else do it by way of information. You see what I'm saying? Just think about it. You can lie on somebody right now. I don't encourage it. You know, this is only for making example purposes for learning. But somebody can say the wrong thing and have somebody go do something to somebody just by way of false information. Tell man, this person did this and this person did that. He jump in his car, fool. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Because he going off that information you gave him. And so I don't encourage passing around false information of people doing violent things. By the way, just for the record, you know what they call that? Just to make it clear, yeah, no violence, non-violent, you know what I'm saying? And don't go mess with nobody. Don't believe in false stuff. You don't have to fall astray. But do you see what I'm saying? Information is very significant to what's going on all around you. Everyone is acting out, behaving, and living lives, and speaking, and believing, perceiving from that what created them. And that what created them is information, family. So now we understand what it means that in the beginning was the truth. The truth was with God. The truth was God. It was with God in the beginning. Now we understand why when they say the good sower sowed, and when he walked away as the worker slept. See, it took many of us time to awaken, right? To be woke. While the workers were sleeping, the evildoer came and planted seeds, family. And so now you have people out here, and you have to realize what I mean by when I say that is your creator. Man does not live by bread alone. That what breathes life in you. Remember, God breathed life in you. He breathed his breath in you. That's your creator. And that's why you got people out here, they live in a certain life. You're like, man, what's wrong with the man? Like, you know, people out here doing stuff and doing wild stuff. You're like, what's wrong with them? You got to ask, who is their creator? Where do they get their information from? Who's molding them? Who has molded them? Right? Because initially we were all molded from truth. But while the workers slept, remember it was a time in this country we wasn't getting truth like we getting, or certain information like we getting it now. This is why it's very significant to know the difference between truth and deception, of truth and falsehood. We wasn't getting it like we getting it now. The workers slept, and the evildoer was able to come and sow. You see what I'm saying? But we were all created from truth. That what is true about you and I. You see what I'm saying? That what is true about the universe. That what is true about the heavens and all of that. The world. Okay? I don't know if y'all get that, but I ain't gonna hold you too long. These bugs trying to chop me to pieces. But listen, I want y'all to know that I'm starting to think when they talk about God and Satan and all that, and the devil and so forth, it's explained. It makes sense now that they call the word God in the Bible. In the beginning was the word was with God, the word was God. And they refer to him as the word a lot. The Jesus, the Lord, they refer to him as the word because we dealing with information. And now, I'm leaving you with that fact. I just want you to look around the world and realize sometimes you're not going to be able to get through to everybody. Sometimes it's going to be challenging trying to get through some people because they're going to do the work. We talk about the father of lies. What is lies? Remember, the scripture said that it was people that was lying, or some people that was lying, and they was doing the work of their father because he's the father of lies. What is lies? Lies is still information. It's just false information. You see what I'm saying? It's all dealing with information, fam. So that whole internet, social media thing that everybody's saying that's destroying families and couples and all this, it's the information that is literally came to plant, and by way of this information is the creator behind it all, right? Whether it's the evil one or the good soul or the evil doer. Damn. Pardon me, fam. I just want y'all to look at like what's going on and why it happens globally, why you see trends and all that. That all has to do with that creator, and that creator, your creator, and that your creator has to do with everything to do with the information you consume. Man is not lived by bread alone, by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. Think about these things, fam. Send me a comment, man, if you get what I'm talking about. If you can get this, and I'm gonna let you go, but I just want to make sure I didn't forget nothing, because if you seeing it the way I'm seeing it, like it's like one big systematic matrix that's all acting up. All they had to do is put information out, and it works. It kind of runs itself by way of information. That's deep, family. Think about that. Let me know. Type in the comments. Let me know what you think. To the next video. Peace, positivity, optimism, power, and abundance. Water.